this video going. Well, what is up, ladies and gents? I hope you're all having a good day, or you all had a good day. So I wanted to do an important video tonight, and this is something that really has to be said. So it's going to be said. So what I want you guys, there's something that people who support these family vlogging channels really need to stop and think about. What they need to do is they need to actually be putting themselves in his shoes. And they need to be thinking about how they would feel if they were a child and they had to put up with being filmed every single day, including birthdays and Christmas, for the entertainment of a load of random strangers on the internet. Because this is something that these supporters don't think about, is how they would feel, if they were a child and they had to put up with being filmed every day purely for the entertainment of other people on the internet, or a load of random strangers. It's just not right that any child, regardless of how of what age they are, no child should ever have to put up with being filmed on Christmas Day or any other day of the year, for that matter, purely just for other people's entertainment. No child should ever have to deal with that. It doesn't matter what age they are, they shouldn't have to worry about that. That's not a position that any child should be in, where they're having to put up with being filmed every day purely for other people's entertainment and purely for the entertainment of a load of complete random fucking strangers on the internet. I'm not going to apologise for saying that that no child should ever have to put up with that. But I don't think it's a bad thing to for anyone to say this, to say that no child should ever have to put up with being filmed every single day, being filmed, whatever day of the year it is, for other people's entertainment. Because that's basically what these family vlogging channels are, is kids being filmed by their parents purely for other people's entertainment. And I don't see how that's fair. How a child should have to deal with it. You should have to deal with that, especially at such a young age. You look at the Inhams and you look at the iFam. The iFam need to put themselves in Mila and Jace's shoes and think about how they would feel if they were a child, Mila or Jace's age, and they were having to put up with being filmed every single day for the entertainment of other people on the internet, of a load of random strangers on the internet. There's nothing right about that. There's nothing fair about that. I'm not going to apologise for saying that that's not at all fair. And I don't see how that in itself would be considered as being fair. It's not. No child, regardless of what age they are, should have to put up with being filmed for the entertainment of a load of random strangers on the internet. If that makes me a bad person for saying that, then so be it. I don't care whether people think that I'm being too harsh for saying this and for for doing videos talking about this. It's not right. It's just not fair that every Christmas those kids have to put up with being filmed purely for the entertainment of other people on the internet. These people are not stupid. They know that. Obviously, that Christmas, for a lot of these family vloggers, that Christmas vlogs are the ones that tend to pull in quite a substantial amount of views. And they know that. And they know that his being in the vlogs gets them more views. It's like, why would they stop putting their kids out there on the internet and stop exposing their kids to these dangers that are lurking out there on the internet, when so many people actually agree with what they do, and so many people are actually willing to support what they do, and so many people think that what they do is fair? You know, it's like, as I said, what these people need to think, these people need to think about who support these family vlogging channels, is how they would feel if they were a child and they had to put up with being filmed every single day, purely for the entertainment of other people on the internet. And why do they think it's? Why do people think it's fair that a child should have to put up with that? Why is it considered a bad thing for someone to say that no child should have to put up with that? Why are people so wrong for having that opinion this is what I'm struggling to understand. Is why it's so wrong for people like myself to have the opinion that no child should ever have to put up with being filmed on Christmas Day, of all days, purely for other people's entertainment. It is wrong on every single level. It is not fair. It's not and never will. It's something that will not and never will be fair. It's cruel. It's cruel, and that is putting it mildly. I wish I could say that I was being too harsh on this, but in reality, I don't think I am. This really had to be said. It's something that I've been thinking about. And it's something that it's something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. It's the fact that these kids are having to put up with being filmed basically, on Christmas Day or any other day of the year, purely for other people's entertainment, purely for the entertainment of a load of complete random strangers on the internet. I don't understand how that is considered in any way fair. That a child should have to put up with that. It seems like the entertainment of a load of random strangers on the internet is far more important than anything else. As long as all these people are being entertained, why the fuck should anything else ever matter? All they care about, it's like, as long as people are being entertained, nothing else will ever matter. I'm not gonna sit here and start ranting about this, but this is something that so many people need to think about or need to do, is put themselves in the shoes of these kids on these family vlogging channels and think about how they would feel if they had to put up with being filmed on Christmas Day, purely for the entertainment of a load of random complete fucking strangers on the internet. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's sad that people, people are basically, are seen as being so wrong for having that opinion. It's not wrong for anyone to have that opinion, or to disagree with what these family vloggers do. And I've said this before in previous videos. People have perfectly good reasons for why they don't agree with what these family vloggers do. They are exploiting their children for money. And I'm not going to have people having people telling me they're not doing that. As I'm sick of hearing that time and time again, people saying, oh, they're not exploiting it, they're not exploiting it, It's actually, they are. Unfortunately, some people are just too blind and stupid to be able to actually see that. It's not our fault that people are too blind and stupid to see that these kids are being exploited for money. It's not our fault that people think it's fair that these kids should have to put up with being filmed on Christmas Day, of all days, let alone any other day of the year, purely for other people's entertainment. It's as simple as that. That's what I really would encourage people to think about, is how they would feel if they was a child, let's say the same age as Mila, and 3 years old. Imagine you're a 3-year-old child and you're having to put up with being filmed every day. Imagine how that would make you feel. might seem like the kids are perfectly happy on camera. But, you know, you don't know how we don't really know how they feel about being filmed every single day. We don't know, obviously we've never heard their side of the story. I don't think we've ever actually heard how the kids really feel about it. Because we know the parents don't have a problem with it, but it's more about how the kids feel. Yeah, as I said, they might seem like they're perfectly happy in the vlogs, but deep down, I bet they do wish that they didn't have to put up with being filmed every day. I bet deep down they wish that they could have at least one Christmas day where they didn't have to perform for the cameras. But they're never gonna get that. They're never gonna get a Christmas day where they're not having to perform for the cameras. It's gonna be the same thing every single year. These kids are gonna keep being forced to perform for the cameras on Christmas Day for other people's entertainment and for the entertainment of a load of random nobodies on the random fucking idiot, random fucking strangers on the internet. And if people think that's in any way fair, then shame on you. But I don't get how anybody could think that. I don't understand how anybody could actually think that was fair. Because it's not. And it never will be fair. I don't want people coming at me saying that I'm being too harsh or I'm being too negative. But I don't feel like I am. I'm raising a point that has to be raised. Simple as that. There's not really much else I wanted to say on this, but I wanted to give people something to think about. As this is something they do need to think about, is how they would feel if they was a child having to put up with being filmed every single day purely for the entertainment of other people on the internet, or strangers on the internet, should I say. So I hope you enjoyed that, and enjoyed this little video. And I'll see you for another one soon. Bye bye.